Welcome back. It is Saturday, April 12th in the MLB, and my three favorite picks are on the way. What's going on, everyone? It's Logan from Calling Our Shot. Just me today. Austin is too busy, hungover from a bachelor party. I'm just kidding. No, but Austin will not be joining these videos on the weekend. It is just me, and I'm very confident I can hold it down and find us some winners. Let's real quick talk about yesterday. I don't have a recap slide, but I'll tell you right now, on the season, we're down 11 units. Not good at all. I'm determined to turn that around this weekend. Let's just talk about yesterday's plays. It was a 1-3 day, just really abysmal. Our only winner of the day was the Rays money line. I was really happy with that read and how that one turned out. The Cubs plus 1.5. I mean, if you told me the Dodgers only scored 3, I would have said we're in a really great position. But the Cubs got shut out. I mean, the Yamamoto just simply had their number. That one was tough. The hit parlay did not come through. And then the half unit little sprinkle bet that Austin made on those alt unders. I mean, potentially the worst bet of all time, how it turned out, but that's okay. We're going to get it turned around today. And I do really like the cards today. We have a money line that I like. We have a team total I like, and we have a player prop. When you have a diverse card like that, I think you set yourself up for a pretty good weekend. At bare minimum, I want 2-1, but how nice would it be to bring out the brims while Austin is away? Selfishly, I would love that today. And let's talk about our first pick, because it's a plus value home underdog money line. It's going to be the Cardinals, the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line, plus 136 odds on FanDuel is currently your best value there. Again, when you're betting baseball, you have to find value spots. It's a long season. If you keep laying juice, and if you're wrong on laying juice, then you're not making good value bets. The Cardinals in this spot are a good value bet. Cardinals coming off a 2-1 win last night. I believe they win this series, and at this price, I'm buying in. There's a chance I back them tomorrow if they do lose this game, because I do think they win this series. Let's talk about why they are such big underdogs, especially at home. It's this man, Miles Mikolas, who starts for the Cardinals today. 11.25 ERA and a 2 whip for Miles Mikolas. He is coming off a disaster class. 2 2/3 innings pitched, 11 hits, 8 earned runs, disaster class, and in Fenway. Everyone saw him host batting practice on Sunday Night Baseball. It was bad. It was really abysmal. He just simply did not have it. And when Miles Mikolas doesn't have it, it's batting practice. Now he's back at home in Busch Stadium, where he's in a better position to succeed, because his home and road splits over his career definitely tell that. In his career versus the Phillies at home, Mikolas has a 2.67 ERA versus the Phillies at home. If you look at his last 3 seasons, his starts at home versus the Phillies, 2, 5, and 1 earned runs allowed over the last 3 seasons. Yes, this Phillies team has changed over the years, but not drastically. The main hitters, the main core guys of that lineup have been in there. Mikolas has seen them before, and he's had better success at Busch Stadium, which is a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Fenway, where he hosted batting practice last start, that's a hitter-friendly ballpark. Even if Miles Mikolas struggles, his bullpen behind him will be well rested after Palante gave them 7 innings pitched of shutout baseball yesterday. Palante masterclass. And I think Miles Mikolas, yes, he'll give up the occasional couple hits, the doubles. If he can just lock in and understand his bullpen can come in and save him, I think he's in a great position today, because the Phillies are just 24th in batting average with runners in scoring position. The Phillies are sneaky, not that great at hitting with runners on base. I think as long as he can limit those home runs, because Miles Mikolas every now and then does spin some hangers right over the middle of the plate, he will be in a good position to succeed. Look at his earned run line. It's 2.5, even odds. I think that line is indicative of a bounce back. I'm not touching a Miles Mikolas player prop in this one, but I do think he does go under that line. I think he has a bounce back outing at home. It's in a good position there. And then it's up to the Cardinals offense against Christopher Sanchez, who starts for the Phillies. 4.09 ERA, 1.18 whip for Christopher Sanchez, the young lefty. He's making his first road start of the season. His last start, not all that great. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 home runs allowed for Christopher Sanchez. When he has it, he's on. He's a 7 to 8K type of guy. But when he makes mistake pitches, it's up to those hitters to really make him pay. He does give up the sharp contact, and we saw that in his last start against the Dodgers. The Cardinals are 6th best in batting average versus lefties, hitting .265 this season. I think this Cardinals team can really get to him today. And I mentioned the Phillies are bad with runners in scoring position. The Cardinals are a team that gets those timely hits. So far, they're 3rd best in the majors in batting average with runners in scoring position, hitting .280 this season. I think the Cardinals offense gets to Christopher Sanchez today. I think they give Miles Michaelis a lead, and that gives Miles Michaelis some confidence pitching. Then we go to the bullpens. Cardinals 24th in bullpen ERA, Phillies 21st in bullpen ERA. Not a huge discrepancy there. Slight advantage Phillies, but St. Louis does have the slight rest advantage for bullpen ERA, as Palante gave them 7 innings pitched of great baseball yesterday. Aaron Nola could only give them 5. So I really do like the Cardinals as my first pick today. It's a good money line price. I'm not telling you to come lay minus 140 odds with Miles Michaelis, but I am saying at almost plus 140 for a home team, I'll go ahead and take it any day of the week. Love that as my first pick of the day. Let's talk about my second pick, though. It's going to be a team total. Taking the Colorado Rockies. Team total over 3.5. Minus 113 odds on FanDuel is your best value there. Now, a couple days ago, I almost backed the Rockies on the money line. It was a sharp line read, and I ended up smoking the Brewers. But in this one, they're coming off a shutout. They were shut out last night. Pivetta went 7 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, only allowed 3 hits. That was a masterclass by Nick Pivetta. The Rockies tonight face a much different matchup because they face a lefty, and their splits versus lefties are much more generous. If this was a righty, there's no chance I'm backing anything Rockies related. But the Rockies face off against Kyle Hart today. 11.12 ERA and a 2.12 whip. Those are not great numbers at all for Kyle Hart. His last 2 starts, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs at home versus the Guardians. And then his other one was only 2/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks versus the Cubs. That one is called a self-destruction outing. And I like to see that he's capable of a self-destruction outing because sometimes these pitchers, and you got to put yourself in their shoes, when the walks are coming, when men are on base, the pressure of the moment is just building on you. And I like to see that he's crumbled already in that moment because the Rockies team can make him uncomfortable. The fact that they are good against lefties, I'll talk about in a second. I think they get on base versus Kyle Hart, and I think they're going to force him into pitching out of the stretch, and we'll see how good he is. But what I do know is that if you go onto his Baseball Savant, you can see a lot of blue circles. He's bad when it comes to most metrics. 18th percentile in whiff percentage and K percentage, 5th percentile in walk percentage, 16th percentile in hard hit percentage. Guys, those are bad numbers. If the Rockies are just a half competent offense today, they'll hang 3 runs on him with ease. The Rockies are night and day when it comes to left-handed pitching versus right-handed pitching splits. Against lefties, they're 7th best in batting average, hitting .260, and 10th best in OPS. So they're a top 10 offense against lefties. Against righties, they're 22nd in batting average, .225 batting average, and 21st in OPS. Very back-of-the-pack numbers against righties. Again, we saw Pivetta carve them last night, but now they get a generous left-handed matchup. And the last point to note, why I do especially like this one, guaranteed 9 innings of at-bats. When you're batting on the road, you get those 9 innings guaranteed. Even if somehow, let's just say the Padres are up 1 million runs, well, good. Our team total is not dead. We get 9 innings of at-bats, and I really do think the Rockies come through with us. I like team totals at that 3.5 line because getting 4 runs as an offense is not all that tricky in baseball. It's what most teams average. They hover around that 3.5. When you're asking for 4.5, you're asking for an extraordinary offensive showing, but I think the Rockies get it for us today. I think they're a sneaky look in that Padres game, so I do like the Rockies as my second pick. Now I mentioned a diverse card. I have a player prop that I really like. A little bit of contrarian play here. Taking AJ Smith-Shawver of the Braves, under 4.5 hits allowed, minus 120 odds on DraftKings is your best value there. Now, if you look at this Braves team, terrible record-wise. They got length from Bryce Elder yesterday, though. 6 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed. We remember we backed the Rays on the money line. I said this guy's just going to be the sacrificial lamb, essentially, and that's kind of what he is. He just ate 6 innings, not a good 6 innings at all. But once again, they lost another road game, and I think that's important in this one. Even though it's a player prop, the Braves' performance as a team will factor into this one because I see a shorter leash for Smith-Shawver today. Even though he's over this line in both starts this season, he's yet to go 5 innings pitched. Part of the reason why he hasn't gone deep into these games is 3 walks in each of his 2 starts this season. Smith-Shawver is an all-or-nothing pitcher. On a hits allowed prop, walks are our friend. Smith-Shawver's command usually results in either walks or strikeouts. That's the type of pitcher he is. If he's on, he's on. He's getting these hitters to whiff because he's 91st percentile in whiff percentage. But what plagues him is his walks, 20th percentile in walk percentage. If as a pitcher we're in the hits allowed market, where walks are our friend. We don't mind that because it's driving up his pitch count and it's not resulting in a hit. And the fact that he is really good when it comes to striking out batters is also good because he needs to, with a 2-strike count, he needs to not make a mistake pitch that results in a hit. And I think against this Rays team, that is especially important because the Rays are 4th best in batting average versus righties, but Smith-Shawver is usually good with men on base. I mentioned in our last pick, bad pitching out of the stretch. Well, Smith-Shawver, he's pretty good at preventing the hit parade. He's only allowing a .214 batting average with runners in scoring position. And a hits allowed prop market, I need to see that you're able to kind of get out of those jams and not let it cascade into a 3-hit inning, because that's really where it gets dangerous, and that's where a bet like this can be cooked. With a more rested bullpen too, Smith-Shawver goes under this line today. I really do think the Braves are not going to let him go out and host batting practice like Bryce Elder sort of did yesterday. Shorter leash, the Braves have to win a road game, right? They're battling to just stay afloat these days. Offensively, they're there. The pitching just has been terrible. I think we see Smith-Shawver go under this hits allowed line. I really do like that as my 3rd pick of the day. Let's real quick talk about the picks. We'll do a little mini recap at the end here. We have the Cardinals on the money line. Love them at that price. We have the Rockies team total over. And then we have Smith-Shawver under 4.5 hits allowed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully we can turn it this season around. I am really confident it's going to start today. Love the picks. Again, it will be a solo Logan video once again tomorrow. So hopefully you tune in. Let's have a day.